What's going on, everybody? It's Ginger on Wheels here again. Thanks for stopping by the channel where we test and unbox the latest electrically wheeled gadgets. I'm happy to announce today that the trifecta is complete. We have the Kukirin G3 Pro, the G2 Master, and now we have the G4 to unbox. So we're gonna do our best to get this thing taken out of the box, put together, and then maybe get a look at it side by side compared to the G3 Pro and G2 Master so we can check them all out. Should be a really fun, informative episode, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get this thing taken out of the box. All right, while I get this box opened up, let's go over some facts. So the G3 Pro is the most expensive of the bunch, coming in at $12.99. The G2 Master is just slightly less powerful, slightly smaller battery, and does not have a removable battery, but it comes in around $1,099. And this one, surprisingly, is the cheapest of the bunch. This one is only $949. And it's the fastest. Top speed advertised at 40 miles per hour because this one has one single 2,000 watt motor. These other ones are dual motor scooters. The G4 we've got here is just one single motor. All right, so inside the box here, we have a little pouch. This sounds like a manual and tools. We got this foam that breaks apart, it looks like. Not the best foam, but the scooter doesn't look broken, so that's good. This is a box in a box situation. There's a smaller box inside of my bigger box. Gatsby, you wanna come help? Okay, Gatsby's gonna help, maybe. Okay, we have another small box here. This is our charger. Let's check it out. How many amps do you guys think? I'm guessing 2. Yep, 67 volt, 2 amp. That's another thing I should mention. This one is a 60 volt scooter. The G3 Pro and the G2 Master are 52 volts. Oh boy, oh boy. Uh-oh, this is never good. We have a rogue screw just sitting in the foam. Here's our rear fender. Rogue screw. Toss that foam to the side. More foam. All right, let's see how easy this thing is to just lift out of the box. Oh, it's a heavy one. That's a hardy scoop. All right, so we've got the thing out of the box. Let's get this remaining foam off. Oh, broke it. That's fun. Put down our kickstand here. Get the charger out of the bag here. Take the plastic off the handlebars. Oh, we got tape. Need my knife. If I seem like I'm in kind of a hurry, that's because I am. I want to get this thing taken out of the box, put together, and hop on and ride to the UPS store because I got a bunch of deliveries to do. By the way, that reminds me, if you were thinking about ordering the Wolf Warrior suspension upgrade kit, those are going to be out of stock pretty soon. I only have 3 left. Okay, so, ooh, clicks right into place, I guess? Okay, interesting. I don't know how much I like that. Ooh, really got to stretch these cables here to get the handlebars on. Cool display though, I think. Looks neat anyways. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at what is in this little pouch they gave me. 2 screws, 3 Allen wrenches, and the manual. Nice thick manual. How detailed is this thing? Oh, we got multiple languages in here. Okay, English, English, English. Okay, has all the specs about the size, product performance. I'll post a picture of this on the video now so you can see all the specs. I wonder what that little screw is for that was inside the box. I'm looking for assembly instructions. So these 2 little screws inside the bag here are for the fender, it says. And the fender probably just goes on the back. Yeah, there's 2 little bracket mounts, one here, one on the other side. The scooter also has 11-inch street tires. The G3 Pro and the G2 Master have 10-inch hybrid tires. That's worth noting. Top speed on this baby is 40 miles per hour, and the battery size, I think it was a 60 volt, 20 amp hour battery. Weird. Yeah, the setup instructions, it basically just tells you how to put the handlebars on. So, like I said, this is the cheapest of the 3 scooters, and I can definitely tell I'm not a big fan of the build quality. Aesthetically, these ones look and feel much hardier, like they're much better built. This one, the handlebars are hollow here. We got a little hollow swing arm here, just a basic square deck and a fender. We've got cable actuated 140 millimeter brakes. That's interesting. It's weird that they would go with cable actuated 140 millimeter brakes on the fastest scooter of the 3. Interesting choice, interesting choice. I think this is just a scooter to appease the demographic that wants cheap and fast. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the handlebars on. I'll give you a little look at the scooter. So let's see if it just turns on out of the box. Maybe I have to plug the charger in, I don't know. Holding the power button, we got nothing. Oh, duh, key. It has 2 keys hanging here. I'm gonna put these 2 keys, came on a little clip here, and I'm gonna put one of them in the ignition. And does the power button work? Oh, turned on automatically. Okay, what does the power button do then? Oh, look at that. We got little blinkers in the front. That's kind of cool. Little blinker switch. We got left, right. Oh, the horn is in here too. So it looks like we have an always on rear tail light, and then it flashes when I hold the brakes. So this is me holding the brakes now, and I'm letting go of the brakes. Let's reference the manual to try and find the button for these the lights. It says to switch the speed modes, I double tap the power button. So right now it looks like we're in sport. Let's double tap the power button. Oh, puts us in race mode. We got eco, sport, and race. Oh, race. If I tap the power button one time, that turns on our headlight right here. Doesn't look terribly bright, but it does work. And like I said, we've got our turn signals. Let's see, there's one in the front here. Let's see if there's one in the back. Oh yeah, this thing also has integrated turn signals. What happens to the turn signal if I hold the brakes? Does it still flash red? Okay, this is me holding the brakes with the blinker on. That's kind of interesting. Blinker still blinks when you're holding the brakes. Good to know. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this little screw and then, oh, that's where this screw came from. The screw that was randomly in the box, that goes right there. I'm gonna tighten those down and get the handlebars straight. I am gonna go through all these nuts and bolts and make sure they're all tight though, because this scooter kind of has a lot of them. This design is not great, it scares me. The more bolts and screws you've got on the thing, the higher the chance of one of them coming loose or coming out. Looks like we've got like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There's 23 screws just on the handlebar alone. That's pretty unusual. I mean, it's normal for cheaper scooters. Then we've got like 6 here that are just holding the stem piece onto the deck. So you gotta make sure those stay tight or your handlebars coming completely off. We've got screws here, 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 here. This is just a square hollow bracket bar thing for the handlebars. Much better build quality on the G2 Master and G3 Pro, I gotta say. All right, so using these Allen wrenches I got from pevoutlet.com. This is a size 4 hex wrench. I'm gonna screw this in, make sure that's nice and tight. Screw this one in, make sure that's tight also. And then I'm gonna go through the whole scooter and make sure all of these individual bolts are all tight, because I don't really know if I trust the manufacturer to put this thing together. So I'm gonna make sure these are all very tight as well.
So it's definitely worth noting that all the screws going on the swing arms and the handlebars were about 1/4 of a rotation to a 1/2 a rotation loose. So definitely go through and tighten those up. The lug nuts though, and the screws that were holding the handlebars to the deck, all the really critical bolts, those were all already tight and probably on there with Loctite.
All right, let's go ahead and get this rear fender put on, shall we? Let's peel the little plastic off of the reflector here. This is not a light, just a reflector. Doop. We've got 1, 2 screws, and that's gonna match with the 2 screws we had in the bag with our tools. Okay, it's just a little bikini fender, goes like this. Gotta stretch that plastic quite a bit. Let's get the screw on the other side first before I crank them down. You have to kind of bend the fender by hand to get that second screw to mount on the other side. I'm not gonna tighten these too much because the screws are just going into this plastic fender and I don't wanna crack the fender. Just wanna go snug. There we go. Rear fender installed. I'm gonna pump up the tires, plug the charger in. I was gonna show you that charge port. It's kind of a weird one. Let me get a light here for you. So on the right side of the deck here towards the back, this is our charge port. It's very, very tiny. It's just like a standard DC plug type thing. Little barrel connector. This is the charge port on the G2 Master. On the G3 Pro here, there are 2 charge ports. One right here, one right here. They look like the same kind. It's got a nice little waterproof cover on it. This one just has this little cover and it's got 1 charge port. Interesting. Yeah, nothing on the other side. Womp, womp, womp. We have our cable actuated brakes. This will be an interesting thing to test out at 40 miles per hour. With one 2000 watt motor, I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot faster. Might have similar torque to these ones, but not as much hill climbing power. But maybe, because it is 60 volts, so I guess we'll see. We will have to do a little bit of testing on that later in later videos. I do like the display on this thing though. That's a pretty cool setup. This little thingy here and then your little lights. Oops. Is there an indicator on the display when I have the turn signals on? Oh yeah, this means our turn signal is on. And one on the left. Let's see what happens when we turn the headlight on. Oh, right there, little headlight indicator. So at least you know that the lights are on before, without having to turn around and physically look at the front. This looks like our battery gauge here. Did this thing come with full battery? I don't think I can see the voltage on this. Whoa, did I just turn the light on? Oh, what? This is a touch screen? Holy crap. This is a touch screen display. No way. Major upgrade there. Well, you can change it from kilometers per hour to miles per hour. You can change the speed modes by tapping this. Turn the light on and off. That's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know in what situation you'd be riding and then want to choose to tap this instead of the power button, but it's pretty cool that that is touchscreen. Wow, I did not know that. Okay, scooter's got some redeeming qualities here. One other thing about this display, if you hold the mode button, I saw this in the manual, we get a little icon right here. That's for our cruise control. So cruise control is turned on now. If I leave the throttle in the same position for 5 seconds, it'll start cruising by itself. So you can turn that on and off using the display. There's also an icon that shows up when I press and hold the set button. This little circle thing right here, I think that's 0 start and kick start. So we'll have to test that out later when we're riding. Let me get this light off. So as far as the folding mechanism, this thing kind of has me sketched out. It's a spring-loaded lever. when I do this, the bars aren't connected anymore. There's just this one safety pin holding the thing in. So if I pull the safety pin and then, let's see if I can get you set up, I'll show you. So if I pull the safety pin and then push that in, then the bars fold down. But I'm worried what happens if this thing gets somehow jostled loose. Like it's just an aluminum pin holding it on at that point. Maybe it would click back into place by itself, but there's not a lot of security here making sure this thing stays locked in. So I guess I'll be the guinea pig for you guys and test that out. Not too excited about it though. Compared to the folding mechanisms on the G3 Pro and the G2 Master, we've got this knob here, and the knob has to come all the way loose, and then this pin has to come out for the steering to come loose on this one. And you can tell there's wiggle in the bars when this thing starts coming loose, so you would know. And the same with the G3 Pro, it's the same setup. So on the G4, instead of having this little twisty doodad, they just have the spring-loaded latch. Interesting. Okay, so I just confirmed with the manual that you're supposed to leave it plugged in for 12 hours before you ride it. And they say that the total charging time for the scooter is 12 hours, which I guess makes sense with cell balancing. We have a 2 amp charger and a 20 amp hour battery, so that would be 10 hours if it were charging at full speed the whole time, but towards the end it's not charging at full speed, so extra 2 hours there. And I also saw in the manual, this is an interesting one. They call this the streamer. And when you fold the scooter down, you're supposed to lay the handlebars down, and then the streamer wraps around the rear tail plate right here. There's no hook or anything on the back of the handlebars here. You just wrap the streamer around the rear deck plate. That's supposed to secure the bars when it's folded so you can pick it up just using the stem. Even though this thing is kind of square and sharp, it wouldn't be very easy to pick up, but I guess better than nothing, right? I noticed my scooter came at almost a full charge, so I'm gonna leave this plugged in for about an hour, and then we'll hop on the thing and see how well it does. Maybe I'll spend some time adjusting the brakes, but I do need to hop on this thing and deliver some packages. I got a bunch of packages for pevoutlet.com. So I guess that's gonna conclude the first part of this little Kukirin G4 video. We're gonna do a part 2 where we ride the thing around, so subscribe and stay tuned for that. If you have any questions about the scooter right away or the assembly process, feel free to put them in the comments below. But that's it for now. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe again. It was good seeing all you guys back, and I'll catch you for the next video.